Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Raindotty from Jane Monk. Okay, this one caught my eye because a pattern keeps teasing me, and it's telling me, you need to make me a tangle, you need to make me a tangle. And this is kind of similar, so I'm going to get to work on that because now I'm inspired, extra inspired. All right, so this one, as the name says, it's all about dots. So we're going to start, I'm just going to start in the center here. And I found it helps to imagine an orb, and then you are just going to put your pen and just dot it out. So picturing it, and don't think too hard about it. That's another thing that I found. Don't think too much about it. Just dotting it in an orb. Then kind of auraing that, and we're going to make a larger orb around it. I did find that putting the dots close together is helpful. And sometimes when I don't do that, you can sometimes go back and add, and that's just nice. And there we have it. She, in her, in Jane's Step Out, she shares kind of two paths from here. One is you could, and I think, let's see, yeah, you could kind of either butt them up against each other or hollowbow it. And so, let's see. I'm going to find a place where we'll see. We'll connect them with this dot. And I think I like doing, the jury's out on this. I think I like doing the larger one first, especially if I want it to butt up against this. It's a little easier because that way you do that first and then doing the center one. Right? Now the other thing that she showed is you could do more than one, obviously, right? It's just like, it just makes sense. Let's put one here, and I'm gonna start in the center for this one. Oh sure, look at, okay, there we go. And then let's go out a little bit farther. You know, and you could do as many as you want, right? Because it is Zentangle, and you can have just as much fun with this as you want. Again, I'll say I am not visualizing the orb, and it's very helpful. Well, you know, and however it ends up is however it ends up, and it's still fine. And so what you'd want to do is just have, like I said, continue to have fun with this. And oddly, you wouldn't think that this takes a little bit more concentration. Maybe it's just me, but it does seem to. How fun. And then I'm going to dare say, especially if you have the dots kind of close together so you can see the pattern, you could also, and we'll just do it right here. I'm going to hollowbow it. Just, well, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I don't know. Well, just a little bit. I guess it looks more like they're butted together. All right, well, we'll try again. So this creates an interesting texture. Like a lot of times we'll fill up, well here, I'll just do it here, and I'll start with, we'll make it more of a half. That's a little easier. You know how sometimes we will fill in with orbs, or we'll fill in with, you know, printemps or something like that. This one, you could have just as much fun filling in a section with this. And it's just such a neat, you know, airy tangle. And I haven't decided how I want to word it yet, but a lot of times I will gauge in my head. I'm gauging tangles by the contrast level. And so usually if it's just lines, that up until now has been the lightest. And then, you know, if the ones that are filled in a lot, like say Knightsbridge or some of the other ones where there's a lot of fill in, you know, those would be more on the darker scale in my head. And I like to, when I'm tangling, I like to have a nice variety of those. So if I have, you know, something that's on the lighter side, then I like to, next to it, put something that's on, you know, the darker side, the more contrast side. So that's just me, but it's a neat tangle to add contrast. Now, the only thing that you really don't get to do necessarily is shading, but I decided to, as I was playing with it, to add shading just around the outside and in between the little gaps. So just like with tipple, which is orbs, or printoms, and a lot of the other ones where we fill in the background. This is kind of filling in the background, but just with the graphite. So, and I just scribbled it so that way it wasn't real heavy, and then, you know, played with it with the tortillon, and it's kind of cool. Kind of cool. You could probably, you know, do the inside dots maybe. I don't know. It lots of fun things to play with. So neat tangle. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, would love to have a thumbs up on the video. Feel free to share it. And if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, I would love to have you be a subscriber. That helps me out. In the description section, you will see links to my step out as well as to Jane's, so that way you can also see her work. I just think it's neat to, you know, to see it from the artist's hand as well. So we'll share that, and below that, ways to connect with me. So if you enjoyed this, check out some of the other videos, and if you would like to join me for online classes, I would love to have you. I do classes for the most part twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thursdays are I call them Tangle Time, and those ones are free. It kind of like this, but a little, well, quite extended, because we take an hour and we'll explore a tangle or two, whatever we have the time for. We have a lot of fun. I do have some of those replays on the channel, so you can check those out. And again, if you'd like to join us live, information is on my website. And if you happen to be on Facebook, I do have we have a nice Facebook community, and would love to have you join us there. And I think that's it. So with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.